What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Cardano to BTC. We will also be looking at the current coin market cap, as well as the recent drop that we had within crypto, now followed by a market of green and positive uptrend. So I do want to go into specifics with a couple of things on the charts that I do want to jump in with, but if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notification. Giveaway at 12,000 subscribers for some Litecoin stuff. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's video. So as you can see, we're on the current coin market cap. Top 10 cryptos do look very nice. You can see everything seems to be up in green. Bitcoin dominant 68.4%. Really, we don't look too bad. Bitcoin is the only one that's really just ever so getting by right now, up 0.55%, while the rest seem to be up 2 to 3%. Everything except Stellar is in green, and the market does look like to be retracing after a pretty big blow that we did see to the market just a couple of days ago. So you can see we did see that major resistance, that major retracement, then followed by consolidation, and now we're starting to head back up to higher levels. But for the most part, markets are green. We're seeing a ton of things, even Ethereum Classic up 20% in a green bullish market. So now it just comes down to where exactly are we headed to, what prices are we looking to head to, and we're going to kind of figure it out from that point on. So now to move on to Bitcoin, because I would like to start off here. This is the one that's quite interesting and what I think has the most potential. So you can see, for those of you who are new, we have this strong uptrend right here. We are forming a huge ascending triangle on Bitcoin with a strong resistance up top here at 12,750 and an uptrend that started all the way back on April 3rd. Now you'll notice as the time has continued, not only do we use these high-low middle moving averages as a support, we have our RSI at 43, sorry, that was a little hard to see. 43 on the RSI gives us plenty of potential to move up to those higher levels. And you'll notice the biggest thing, which was huge, and what I said in yesterday's video, was in terms of where we broke through. So yesterday we managed to break down below our uptrend, which was very interesting. And I said to you guys that this doesn't mean that this is over. It just could be a short-term, bearish market, and then it could be followed by retracement upwards. And you can see that's pretty much what happened. I mentioned wicks forming, and the wicks did form, and now we're starting to swing back to the upside. It looks like we're trying to regain some sort of momentum as we try to break this resistance, which looks like we're trying to do very well. Not only do we have these two lines as a support, but we are trying to break through here. So it would be very nice to see today or tomorrow get back inside the ascending triangle, which I do think is going to happen in the near future, because I do think that this is still in play, and this is a major uptrend and a major resistance up here. So I do think we're going to continue to play out and then trade out like this, eventually retesting $12,600 before we decide to potentially retest or retrace to those lower levels following this uptrend. But regardless, I do think that we are going to continue to follow this upwards as we slowly start to retest previous all-time highs for 2019, or previous highs of 2019, which would be around that $12,000 to $14,000 zone. So we don't have too much. It ends in October, mid-October, so we have the rest of the month. I do think next month will be way over $11,000. So I would like to see, and I will expect to see some sort of volume start to come into the market within the near future for Bitcoin. Now for Litecoin, very interesting position we're in. Yesterday I did draw a support line right here. And you'll notice it depends on how you want to look at this. If you zoomed out to the 4-hour, you might be able to see a descending wedge, which could be bullish to some people. Now, I do just want to show you guys what I mean by that. So you can see we do have some sort of wedge that did form, where we do have, I can draw it in right here. Let me get another trend line. It's pretty much this completely. I can actually delete this line right here. Oops, and extend this one up. So this is what I'm referring to. So you can see right here what exactly is at play right now. So this pretty much is the big descending wedge that we're referring to, and you can see we've been trading in here with pretty good support and pretty good resistance. You can see numerous tests right here. I'll zoom back out to the daily, where we have, let's see, Let me zoom out. There we go. So we have beautiful tests of support. 1, 2, 3 confirmations, followed by resistance up top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 confirmations up top here, and we are heading lower. Now, the thing with this, and the thing that I want to most stress, is the fact that when we constantly are hitting this uptrend and it is pushing our downtrend and it's pushing us down to lower levels, it is going to send the RSI much lower too. And the fact that we're pretty much trading out at, I believe it is 34 on the RSI and almost at 29, is an indicator that we're almost oversold. So it's almost like we've hit, bear bottom, rock support. So that's what we're looking for right now. If not the 72, definitely the $67 support is most definitely going to be the bottom right here. You can see where that's had a play of events too in the past, but you can see we're now in a bear market and we're pretty much at the end of it. I don't think that we're going any lower than about $65, and I don't think we're going to fall much longer either. So I do think that within the next couple of days we should see a break in this resistance. That's pretty much what I'm keeping a close eye on, is this resistance right here. Hitting this, we need to see some sort of confirmation where we can break the coin above here, and then we should see a straight rocket right up to $95 to $100 within a fairly short period of time. That's pretty much what I'm waiting for. Like I said, I did buy into Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. I bought in when Bitcoin is around 10 grand, right around here where the price is currently. So I'm about breaking even right now, but it's only been a couple of days, and this is a longer term investment. And I am anticipating some sort of volume to spike this and shoot this coin right back up to support right here. So it's merely just a matter of time, being oversold, being the fact that we're hitting this resistance and finding good support right here, almost double bottom. Does give me an indication that we are going to see that short-term play potentially push us up into those higher levels. Now, I do just want to look at Ethereum, then wrap things up with Cardano, and we'll call it a day. You can see within Ethereum, there is a very interesting pattern forming as well. Ethereum does look to be the best, holding its support quite well. And now the really big thing is that I do want to discuss is all these other cryptos do have stuff in common with their charts. Some may be harder to read, but the others do inevitably affect other altcoins. So Ethereum may actually affect Litecoin and Bitcoin's trading and vice versa. So the fact that we're using this, and this is a much simpler, much easier chart to read, you can see that we do have support at the bottom here, followed by this downtrend right here, causing some sort of symmetrical triangle. You could call it a wedge too if you wanted. I don't know, something like this could be a possibility. So you can see right now what I'm referring to, this wedge forming right here. This seems to be the bottom. This seems to be the rock bottom point. Now, if this uptrend holds true and we manage to actually reject this downtrend and break through it, we should see an immediate amount of volume shoot the coin back up into that $240 to $225 range within a couple of days. Very quickly. We might even see it within one day, to be honest. Being so low, 40 on the RSI, everything is in this point right now where we need this volume to come in and get people more involved in the coins and the crypto. People are kind of getting bored and they're not really interested in watching these charts and paying close attention to them. So when they start to see the volume come back into the markets, we'll start to see some much higher levels, and people will once again become very alert and aware and almost FOMO buy into the coins, and eventually helping the prices shoot up to higher levels. So to sum that up, Ethereum does look like it wants to head up to this zone right here. It's high-low MMA. There are so many indicators that give away the fact that we're so low and ready to, pump. One being so low on the RSI, one being below the high-low MMA, one being we have a support back here. There's so many indicators of us needing to reject these resistances and shoot up to higher levels. It's only a matter of time, and I do think within the next couple of days we will start to see some sort of volume rush back into the market. Now, lastly, on Cardano. Cardano is a coin that I have looked at, but didn't really, expect to see any sort of major volume run into this coin. And what's interesting to point out is we're practically near all-time lows. You can see back when the coin was added to, I believe it is Binance, back in 2017, you can see we bottomed out right here. And now if I zoom in to where we are currently, you'll notice that is exactly where we are currently. So this does seem to be holding a support. We did actually manage to break through here, so we did actually break into all-time lows. And now it seems like we're having trouble breaking through our resistance right here. But as for the rest of the market, everything looks to be readily available and ready to buy in. There's no worry or issue with buying these cryptos, mainly because everything is so oversold. Everything is below its high-low MMA. Everything is ready to go. We're just waiting on some volume to, come into the market, and then we should see that nice injection that should push us up to higher levels. But otherwise, guys, that's going to wrap up today's episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, giveaway at 12,000, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.